On paper, Vasan Bala's Jigra, starring a formidable Alia Bhatt, might appear to be a standard jailbreak thriller. But the director keeps the tension built up through interesting narrative choices, some highly original subplots, and the kind of character based writing that challenges every stereotypical norm of what an action hero is supposed to be. Jigra stars Alia Bhatt as Satya, who is out to rescue her brother Ankur from the death penalty as he was framed in possession of illegal substances. And thus begins the journey with lively characters to assemble a team to get the job done. To begin with, Jigra is a sheer testament to the importance of efficient writing in commercial cinema. A simple jailbreak idea in a familiar space is elevated abundantly by the sheer power of immaculate world building. In the capable hands of the immensely talented Vasan Bala, Jigra never lets go of the audience's attention as the director keeps introducing subplots to keep you hooked throughout its well earned runtime of 150 minutes. Now, Vasan Bala is an absolute magician when it comes to realistic world building in modern fiction. His first film Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota was a rooted superhero comedy, while the phenomenal Monica Oh My Darling was a delicious ode to pulpy dark comedy of the earlier eras. Both the films had interesting and organic character traits that blended beautifully with completely unexpected narrative traits. Those were a display of efficient filmmaking at its best. Here too, you get well-written characters like Bhatia, an ex-gangster played by a brilliant Manoj Pahwa, and Muthu, an ex-cop played by a competent Rahul Ravindran. The film also stars a phenomenal Vivek Gomber as the officer in charge, Hansraj Landa, a character clearly derived from Inglorious Bastards Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz, who won multiple awards for his portrayal, including the BAFTA and the Academy Award. Vivek Gomber plays his interpretation to be a more grounded yet equally narcissistic character that single handedly enhances the stakes of this otherwise straightforward narrative. The problem with Jigra, though, is that all things considered, Vasan Bala seems to have played it safe this time, in the process forgetting to have fun with the world he has created. Now, when I say fun, I don't necessarily mean humor. While humor has been an integral part of both his films so far, the world of Jigra doesn't lend itself as seamlessly to comedy. What I mean by fun, though, is that all the great ideas in the film, most of which are no doubt as original as they come, aren't really milked to their max potential, something that Vasan Bala is easily capable of. For example, a brilliant subplot of a parallel jailbreak is very intriguing, but the outcome isn't as brilliant as it could have so easily been. The same goes for the arc of moral dichotomy between Muthu and Satya. It's a phenomenal arc that really is a testament to the kind of storytelling that the filmmaker stands by, which is worth applauding. Tougher the task, higher the stakes. More morally murky the path chosen, more permanently damaging the outcomes become. This arc between Muthu and Satya had just so much more potential, but it eventually isn't explored as well as it could have been. The race against time, too, is mostly mentioned throughout the film, but the tension of it is rarely felt. You get the drill. It's basically the unbearable weight of massive talent. The slight disappointments are only felt if you keep gigantic expectations, keeping in mind the kind of twists and turns that Monica Oh My Darling had. What Vasan Bala does get right, though, is in crafting a stunning protagonist that is deserving of the absolute force of nature that is Alia Bhatt. Alia's understanding of the art of performance cannot be put to words. Her command over her own craft is borderline incomprehensible. Every minute shrug, every movement is a calculated decision completely meant to build up the character for the audience. The writing too takes its best decisions in crafting the character of Satya. You don't see any training montages as she is already well equipped physically to carry out the monumental task. And yet the writing ensures to show us the extent of her physical capabilities and determination that she is capable of spread throughout the runtime. You rarely get a close up of the actor unless it's an emotional moment. The makers frame her in oversized clothes mostly throughout the runtime to even further enhance her comparatively small physicality. This is a commendable choice as it goes against the idea of cinematic portrayals of an action hero. And Alia freaking sells it, completely owning her physicality and being a force to be reckoned with. More so, she challenges every norm of an action hero, making you literally feel the power of every punch, every push to make a solid statement that her action hero era is here to stay. She is also expectedly brilliant in her scenes with Vedang Raina, who shines in a brilliant scene where his character is getting whipped by a fellow inmate, proving his mettle as an actor. Vasan Bala is undoubtedly a voice of change in the modern Hindi film industry, and his version of a commercial action thriller is at full display in the film's breathtaking final jailbreak sequence. That is an absolute marvel to look at on the big screen. It's just that, keeping in mind how easily the film could have been an absolute knockout, Vasan Bala falls slightly short, instead delivering a very engaging and competent action thriller that redefines the role of what a modern angry young hero should feel like. Watch this film with measured expectations and be prepared to be absolutely blown away by Alia Bhatt, the action hero. If this film is anything to go by, Alpha is going to be an absolute riot on the big screen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The links are in the description below. Like and share this video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, do it right away. See you soon.